Are the Cleveland Browns cursed? How many years have we been saying this for? Well, we're still saying it. We're also going to get into a report from ESPN about Shedeur Sanders. You're not going to want to miss it because Shedeur spoke about it as well. But, folks, it's been brutal rooting for the Browns so far. I'm still optimistic, but if you're fired up, if you're pissed off that we lost to the Ravens, comment FB for F Baltimore. I'll tell the bosses that we're saying Facebook or something clean. But you know what we're saying. FB, F Baltimore if you're mad that we lost. God, I wanted to beat the Ravens so bad. It's tough, folks. And this cursed theme seems to be continuing. Daniel Oyefusi has a note from ESPN Research. Says that the Browns have lost 8 straight games. That is tied for the longest active streak in the NFL with the Titans. And their longest streak since going 0-16 in 2017. We remember that season, and I think it speaks to how loyal us Cleveland Browns fans are. We watched our team for an entire season not win a single game. Also, they went 1-15 in back-to-back years with the 0-16 season. 2 seasons, 1 win, and we're all still here rooting for our Cleveland Browns. But wow, it's getting difficult. And Myles Garrett was not happy either. He said, expletive is embarrassing. We've got to be better on defense. We got to be better as a team. They slowly chipped away, and we did a solid job holding them to 3 when we could. And then eventually, the dam broke. And they just did whatever they wanted, and we have to continue to play a 60-minute game. Once again, Myles, being the leader, taking a humble approach, saying the defense has to be better. Myles, your offense kept you out on the field. No defense should have to get on the field in back-to-back-to-back possessions with good field position. We're talking red zone opportunities that the Ravens were given because of turnovers, because of a blocked punt. Like the defense was holding Baltimore to 3 in some of those spots as well. Derrick Henry did nothing. Myles, I love that you're being a team leader, but man, it is not on you. Also, Cleveland getting cursed because Denzel Ward left the game. The broadcast, by the way, did a terrible job of acknowledging this. It's like they didn't even notice Denzel Ward left. He started cramping up. He was questionable to return. We never saw him again. And once Ward went out, the Browns were getting absolutely toasted. It shows we clearly need more cornerback help in that room because without Ward, there's nothing doing in that secondary. So maybe Cleveland shouldn't end up trading Denzel Ward either. There's been rumors of that. Well, you saw what it did to the defense. It shows you how impactful Ward is as a player. They need him out there, one of the best corners in football. I mean, Miles Harden was getting cooked. Cameron Mitchell was getting cooked by DeAndre Hopkins, who's 33. Looked like he still got it on a couple deep balls from Lamar. That third cornerback slot has always been iffy, and I've kept saying that Cleveland needs to go out and get a corner. Now, if Ward is hurt, which, again, the report is that it's cramps, so hopefully and likely not too serious. But if it were to be, that's an example of how bad the cornerback depth is going to look if Ward's not able to play. And Ward's not the only injury that was suffered. Well, we saw Jack Conklin not able to play this game because he got poked in the eye last week. And when Stefanski was asked about it, if Conklin was close to playing, he said, it's hard to say. And then Stefanski was asked if it'll be a long-term issue. He said, I hope not. So we don't even have a concrete update on one of our best tackles. And the O-line was a problem for Cleveland today. Flacco was being pressured a lot, and he just doesn't have the legs to extend plays. That's why he was turning it over. That's why he was running for his life, just throwing incompletions to avoid pressure. More bad news. It's like a curse, and even Garrett got hurt just a little bit in the game. He was fine. He was able to play through it, but he said that his Achilles was rolled up on a little bit and that he's all right, is the quote he gave us. But that's a scare, an Achilles, Garrett. He's playing it off like it's nothing. He was on the sideline for a little bit and then came right back in. He's one of the toughest players in football. And I'm just praying, please, do not hit the Browns with the injury bug again. It's been multiple years they've suffered. We've had Ward miss multiple games. We've seen Myles miss games. Like, we need our stars to be able to contend at all this season. Browns are already 0-2. Not loving it. Not loving it at all. Like I said, we're going to have a Shedeur Sanders report that you're not going to want to miss. But first, I'm super excited to tell you about our sponsor on today's video. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. And honestly, I'm just so ready for football. It's back on Sundays. All is right with the world, and I'm big into daily fantasy with PrizePicks. In fact, I'm obsessed with it because it makes all the games more entertaining. And before the Browns play, I lock in on my player projections, all the players in my lineups, and PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in, and PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you could still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. And I had a lineup, and 2 of the picks didn't hit, so I was so close. I was really hoping that the Browns would pull through. I had Njoku more than half a touchdown. I thought he'd get in. I had Judy more than 65.5 receiving yards because he said the Ravens secondary had no challenges. Both of them disappointed me. The only one that hit was Travis Kelce more than half a receiving yard, which was a lock and a special deal that PrizePicks is giving all of us. So if you want to try and make some money, download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Now, the Browns defense, even though they gave up 41, I'm trying to tell you, they played well and were put in bad spots. First of all, the Browns and Ravens had 12 drives each. They had the same amount of chances, but one team had 41 points. Your Cleveland Browns had 17, including a garbage time touchdown. What does that tell you? It tells you the offense was dreadful for Cleveland, and the Ravens got it in a lot of short yardage situations. You'll look at the total yards for both teams. The Browns had more yards than the Ravens, 322 on the day. Baltimore, 242. But again, the point differential was substantial. Finally, the Ravens, 3 of 12 on third down. I mean, the defense did what they could. They forced stops. They held them to 3 in a couple scenarios until it just got out of hand in the second half, and Lamar had 4 touchdowns. To Myles' point, sure, they could play a complete 60-minute game. I would absolutely love that, but the offense needs to help you somehow. Also, star running back Derrick Henry did absolutely nothing. He averaged 2 yards a carry. Have you ever seen that from Derrick Henry in recent years? No, that's a credit to Cleveland's defense. That's a credit to their defensive line, one of the best in the league right now. I say something needs to happen, and it should be a quarterback change is my hope. Flacco, I'm sorry. I've seen enough. Multiple turnovers in both his starts, and this most recent one was definitely on him. That off-balance, weird throw to Njoku in double coverage, what are you doing? It's picked off. It's going the other way. Nearly a pick six if Petonio didn't catch him. I mean, I was frustrated on the live show. You should have seen my reaction. And potentially, Shedeur Sanders could be that quarterback replacement. They're going to go to Gabriel first, obviously. But Adam Schefter gave us a Shedeur report this morning before the game. He said that the Ravens planned to take Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round. But before Baltimore could turn in the card, the former Colorado star let it be known that he didn't want to be on a roster with Lamar Jackson where he would be a backup. How interesting is that? Shedeur was asked about this report post-game, and he said, you wouldn't even believe, but my memory doesn't even go back that far. So, yeah, I don't even remember anything post-draft. I remember I'm here, I go to practice every day, and it's a 24-hour rule. It serves no purpose in my life. Unfortunately for Shedeur, now he's a backup to a backup. He's 3rd on the Browns depth chart. And if that is a true report that he didn't want to be behind Lamar, I understand it because he would have no chance to start in Baltimore. He'd be stuck behind Jackson. There'd be no chance to become the franchise guy. He actually has a chance in Cleveland to play games, to be a starter, because the quarterback room's a mess, and we're seeing that now unfold in real time. Eventually, they're going to turn from Flacco. He's not a long-term answer. And if Gabriel is good, okay, we got our guy. We got our guy in the rookie quarterback, Gabriel. If Gabriel's bad, now they're going to turn to Shedeur, and they're looking for a franchise guy. That's what he wants to be. He wants to start. He said before the draft, if you're not trying to change the franchise, then don't come get me. That's a quote from Shedeur Sanders. He wants to be the guy. And I think he's handling this situation well. It's mostly fans screaming about it and arguing on Twitter, but Shedeur is staying out of it. He's kind of being humble. He's not saying much. He's sitting there doing what is asked of him. And I'm hoping he gets in so we can all see once and for all who Shedeur is on the field. He had a great preseason week 1 and then a not so great preseason week 3. I'd love him to get an opportunity, and I think he could. But if the Browns really are cursed, then none of it matters. Shedeur could be the greatest quarterback ever, and he'll be bad because he's on the Browns. They're cursed. What are we supposed to do? How many times have we seen a couple quarterbacks go and be good? Like, I don't know, Baker Mayfield, number 6. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, folks. Obviously, that's a joke. There's no way the Cleveland Browns are actually cursed, right, guys? I mean, it just feels like it year after year after year after year. But I'm not losing hope. What week do you think we will see Shedeur, if at all? Comment. Week 3 to week 18. Pick the week. Tell me what time you think we'll actually see Shedeur Sanders play. Or you can put 0 if you don't think he'll play at all in Cleveland. But when will we see number 12? Whenever it is, it'll be the perfect timing. If you know, you know. So comment that down below. I hope we see him eventually. I think we see him eventually this season. But it'll be Gabriel next if they move on from Flacco anytime soon. So lots to unpack there for the Cleveland Browns. Boy, oh boy, we're in for another roller coaster season. Like I said, bad start, 0-2. Tough schedule coming up for the first 5 games. But I'm not losing hope. Lots of promising rookies. A really strong defense that can contend if the offense helps them out. So be patient. Sit tight. Let's make a big change on offense to help out that D. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Browns Report. Go ahead, drop me a follow on X as well if you want to talk more football. If you want to hate on me for my takes about Shedeur or whatever, I'm there to talk about it on Twitter. Go ahead, at Joey070. Drop me a follow. And thank you so much for tuning in, as always, on the Browns Report.